the week is Kingdom!
The definition of a kingdom is a country, state or territory ruled by a king or queen or the spiritual reign of or authority of God.
When we thought about the word kingdom, we decided to focus on God's kingdom that He created here on earth.
The earth is a very special place that God has entrusted us to look after. In the book of Genesis, we are asked by God to be stewards of the earth and to look after it and everything on the earth.
To help remind us about this task, Pope Francis wrote a letter to young people called Laudato Si. This was his message to encourage everyone to take care of God's creation here on earth.
Let's watch the video of this message to remind us what we are asked to do.
Pope Francis has written a letter addressed to every person on this planet, asking us all to protect the earth, our common home. In the letter, he says, "The earth is God's gift to us. It is full of beauty and wonder. And it belongs to everyone. But what we see today is that our common home has never been so hurt and mistreated. We have developed at a greater speed than we could have ever imagined, and have treated the earth like it has an unlimited supply of resources. We have taken more than our fair share from most people on the planet, as well as future generations. We have cut down the earth's natural forests, polluted the earth's waters, its land and its air. The earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense pile of filth. We are using more and more polluting fossil fuels, which is contributing to climate change. Climate change is one of the biggest challenges we face today. Climate change affects us all, but it's the poorest communities who suffer the most. And despite these problems, we are not slowing down on how much we buy and throw away, leaving a trail of waste and destruction. We cannot continue like this. We can change, and we can make a new start. The whole human family needs to work together to care for our planet Earth, so that we can sow beauty, not pollution and destruction. So let's put love for the world and love for our neighbours into action by living together in harmony and caring for nature. Can you take simple, everyday eco-actions to care for the earth? Like turning off lights, reducing water waste, and recycling? And can you live more simply, reducing the amount of things we buy and throw away, so that we don't take more than our fair share? The world can't wait, so let's make that start today. Play your part to protect our common home. Laudato Si, a letter from Pope Francis on care for our common home.
Recently, lots of leaders from around the world met to come up with ways that they can help the planet at a big event called COP26. They decided to do things like use less coal and reduce harmful gases to help the world to be a cleaner place.
The children in Year 5-6 wrote some COP26 pledges with ways that they think could help the planet too.
At home, I can do my part for the environment by turning taps and lights off when I leave a room. I also can do my part for the environment by spending less time on electronics so I don't have to charge them non-stop. By doing this at will, the world will clear up and get better.
The community could speak out to also try to stop bad climate change that ruins our beautiful grass.
In school, we can do our bit for the environment by turning off the lights when we're outside for break or lunch.
This week's scripture is taken from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verses 26 to 28.
It tells us the story of how God created the world and everything in it, and once this was done, He asked us to become stewards of the earth and look after this wonderful creation.
The scripture links to the word of the week because if we do as God asked us, we are being stewards of the earth and looking after the planet, God's kingdom here on earth.
The scripture can help us to encounter God in our lives by reminding us that we were asked by Him to take care of His wonderful gift. If we do this, we are living out that mission He entrusted us to us.
The reflection this week is the Planet Pledge reflection. You will need a pen or pencil and a Planet Pledge template.
Think about how the world leaders met at the COP26 event recently and came up with a plan to help the planet. What can you do that might help with this? Write down your own pledge or promise on the template that you will try and do to keep God's kingdom here on earth safe.
Your mission this week is to become stewards of God's kingdom here on earth. Try and live out your planet pledge to help keep the world a cleaner place.